Wow, what a beautiful day in Dress to Impress we have today. All the people trying out the cute new little things, doing their cute new little outfits. But I wonder what's going on outside. Or maybe in the recording studio? I wonder if someone's in here doing something silly, maybe? Psst, psst, over here. Over here. Okay. Hey y'all. You're probably wondering, why are we in the kitchen? It's because we're gonna cook today. No, but for real, we're actually gonna cook. I'm gonna teach you my favorite face recipes. And hopefully by the end of this video, you're gonna be at least a little bit better at making custom faces, because I know a lot of you guys have been asking me to do more face tutorials in my comments, and you know, my response to that is that I have two singular, or I mean, I guess not singular, but I have two YouTube shorts for you to watch, and those are not even that good. So today I'm gonna be showing you some more face combos and some more tips on how to, like, you know, make better custom faces. And I will be showing you some of my favorite face combos and some of the things that I keep in mind when I make new faces, and just teach you a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So without further ado, let's just get into the video. So when I make custom faces, I mostly start with the eyes, because I feel like the eyes are, like, you know, portraying the vibe you're going for the most. The eyes and the eyebrows, like, everything obviously is very important for a facial structure, but I like to start with the eyes because, you know, some of these eyes are like more artistic and some are more cute and some are more like, you know, mythical creature or whatever, and some are more like normal everyday use eyes. So depending on the theme, I like to pick the eyes first, because if it's a normal like theme, like let's say the theme is basic, I probably would just exclude these eyes in general because these are more creative. Like, are we on the same page? Hopefully we are. Okay, so I like to start with the eyes and then work around the eyes. There's a lot of things in the custom makeup that I personally never use. You know, I never use these eyes, but then I see on TikTok people make these eyes look beautiful, so I'm not like skilled, okay? But I try my best to like make good looking faces, and I think I succeed sometimes, not every single time, but like I succeed a lot of the times to achieve the thing that I want to get. But let's pick some of my favorite eyes. I personally love these, and the eye color, you know, obviously you can pick that yourself, and we'll make an everyday looking face. And for the eyebrows, these are also as important as the eyes, you know, because these are like the expression of your face. You know, we all know how a face works. So like depending on what theme you're going for, you know, if you want to have a lot of facial expression, you know, pick eyebrows that have a lot of facial expression. But if you're only going for like an everyday type of like an every theme face, let's stop saying everyday, every theme outfit, you know, like, do you know what I'm saying? I would pick neutral eyebrows, you know, because I have a lot of faces that I'm like, I need a face, I'm picking this face that I made. And then sometimes I change it up a little bit, but I like to have one neutral face. So I like to pick pretty straight eyebrows. I really like these because they're not like too, they look a little bit concerned, but it's not too much. So I really like to use these eyebrows. Then for the lips, this really depends on if you want to use a nose or not. Personally, I am a nose lover. I always use a nose. I feel like now it looks so empty if I don't have a nose on my face. So, you know, if you're not using a nose, you can use any lips you want, but you don't want to have the conjoined lip nose if you're gonna use a nose. So for picking lips, I like to pick a nose first that I like to use, and then I go to the lips and pick lips that work with the nose, you know, because I don't want them to touch. That's not what we look like, you know? I would say that this is like really bad, but like you could make this work if you really wanted to, you know? But like this is what I mean. Like the lip is touching the nose, and we don't like that. Same with this one. You can make it work if you really want to, but I would just pick lips that don't touch the nose, okay? Because this does not look good. And for my favorite lips, I really like to use these ones, and they recently like did a rework of these and put them, where are they? Like up here. So I really like to use these, but like maybe you hate these lips, but what am I supposed to do? I'm picking things that I like, okay? But I really like to use these lips. I really like these. I like these ones too. I like a lot of the lips in this, but most controversial lips that I like is probably these, because people seem to hate these lips when I posted a tutorial. So, but we're gonna be using them today. And now we're gonna move on to highlighter, or like contouring your face. And this also really changes the way your face looks, because, you know, this one only has highlight in the middle. This one has a lot of highlights. You know, they're all like different. They really change the way your face looks. I feel like I explained that really bad, so here's a picture example for you guys. So depending on what look you're going for, you know, if you really like, it's also a lot about personal preference, obviously, because what I think is pretty, you could think is so ugly and you would be like, ew, and leave a hate comment, you know. But I like personally to use the softer ones, because then I can play around more in the custom detail section. So my personal favorite is actually this one, and I know some people hate that, but my biggest tip for this is to just, like, you can make it as bright as you want. Like, you know, if you really want to, you can look like this, and this doesn't look that bad, but I don't want it to be this much, you know, so I try to match my skin tone a little bit, so it's not like stark white. And then you can add whatever you want. If you want some eyeshadow, you can add that, but it's all depending on what theme you're going for and like what you're doing. I personally really like this one, and I make it my skin tone, so it looks, you know, blended in. It just looks like a little cute cut crease. I really like this, but let's not do this right now. For like blush and stuff, this also really changes the way your face looks, because there's blush that is, you know, shaped differently. Like this one is kind of like cheekboney. It's almost like a contour, but there's a lot of different ones that have different like positioning on the cheek. But my personal favorite is this one, because that's how I do my makeup in real life, so I'm a little bit biased to this one. But this adds like a little bit under your eyes. Usually when I layer hair, I do a lot around my face, so you can't really see the contour and stuff anyway, so I like to put a lot of focus in the middle of the face. So I like to pick the nose that has the highlight, you know, on the nose. That's why I like to do a lot of like, you know, brightness in the middle of the face, and this adds like a really nice harmony, you know, to the face. Like it just looks really nice to me, at least. Maybe I have face blindness right now because I've been staring at this for too long, but I think this looks really nice. And then for your nose, this is also, you know, we have a lot of noses, and when I started using the nose, I used this one, and I deleted some of my old faces. I really wish I didn't. I had a lot of faces that had you know, this nose, and like it's not bad, you know, if you want to use it you can use it, but like there's so many more options now, and you really just have to pick the one that you like the most, and that makes the face look the way you want, because they actually look quite different from each other, like all of these noses. So you just have to pick a nose that you like, you know. I really like this nose because it's just like a cute little button on your face. If you don't like noses, by the way, I have a little tip for you. This face looks fine without a nose, but still. But if you really don't like the noses, or if you like them but like you kind of like love-hate them, you know, like you're like, this is kind of ugly, I have a little tip for you, and it is to use, if you go into other, you scroll all the way down, and then there's this thing, and this is again, you know, powder donut thing, but, and you see here, down here, you can like drag it and like put it, you know, layer the way you want your custom makeup to look. You can also use this one for this thing that I'm gonna talk about, but I like to make this close to my skin tone and put it over the nose, so that, you know, you still have like kind of the nose, but you still kind of don't have it, you know, because you kind of like made it really subtle. If you don't like the nose, I feel like this is a really good like thing to do for you. Maybe it doesn't look that weird. Let's try with another nose actually that has more contour. Let's try with this one, and we'll put that one first. You see what I mean? Like it's still there, but it's like really subtle, and I really like that. And then for like, you know, skin details, like you can add like, you know, all the piercings you want if you want that. And then I personally really like to use little moles and stuff because I just think it looks really cute. And if you want to add freckles, obviously, like this is like your playground, you know, like you can do whatever you want with this. See, now we made a really cute face. And obviously, if you wanna, you know, if we save this face and we're gonna be like, this is gonna be my new everyday face, you know, the theme is basic, you're like, this is a little bit too dramatic for basic, you know, let's change up some little things, you know, let's change the eyes or something. See, and now it still works, you know. So this is what I mean with like having a face that works with like most things. So we're gonna make some of my go-to faces. These are gonna be like the faces that you've seen multiple times in my videos. So my absolute favorite one is these eyes, and obviously for these you can change up the colors if you want, but I want to make them as neutral as possible. So I'll make everything very, you know, brown and like nude toned, but these are gonna be the eyes that we're gonna start with. And then we're gonna scroll all the way down where the eyebrows are, and we're gonna grab these eyebrows. These are very like simple. There's really no emotion in the eyebrows. They're just straight plain eyebrows, and that's exactly what we want for this. There are a lot of new eyebrows that also look like this, but this is the face that some of you guys have been asking for, so I'll just recreate that one. And then for the lips, again, scroll all the way back down, and it's either these that I like to use. I used to use these for like the longest time, and they've actually recently reworked these lips a little bit, so they look like this, and they look a little bit more plump and like, you know, a little bit more pouty, but either one of those works fine. I will use these ones because the lips is a little bit darker and I'm too lazy to change the color right now. And then for the highlight slash contour part, this is also very much personal preference, but I personally really like to put a lot of focus in the middle of the face because that's what, you know, isn't covered by hair. So I always pick, you know, something like this. I mean, now the color is a little bit off because I'm gonna be showing you. I always pick this one, and with this one I like to change it, you know, so it's a little bit similar to my skin tones. This also gives me a lot of, you know, option to play around with the detail section of the custom makeup with a lot of the blush. So if you really wanna, you know, play around with this, like you can stop right here and have a plain canvas so you can like easily change it up if you need to depending on the theme. But I personally love this one. I really like how this looks, you know, together. It looks really nice, and I like to pair this one together with the one, if you scroll all the way back down in the blush section, this one I really like to use. Now this is controversial because either you love the nose or you hate the nose, or you could also be somewhere in between, but you can stop here if you want to. But I really love the noses, so I will be adding a nose. You know, this just looks complete to me, and this is my personal favorite nose, this one and this one, because they're really like simple. They're just there, like there's no like harsh contour or anything, so this one I really like to use. And again, this is also really personal preference, but I love to add little moles and like little face details because I just feel like it adds a little bit of something. But you could totally stop right here, and this will be, you know, if you need to add something, if the theme is farm, add some freckles, you know, if the theme is party, you just throw this on. Now you're looking ready for a party, you know what I'm saying? Like, so this is just a really good base face overall, and I really like to use this face. And this one works perfectly fine for darker skin tones as well. This one can be a little bit tricky to get it right with like this highlight that I've been using, but if you just tweak around with it a little bit, you'll find the perfect shade that matches your skin tone, and it won't look like a powdered donut. But yeah, so all of these faces that I'm going to be showing you today work on both lighter and darker skin tones. You just have to change a little bit of the colors. You know, you'll have to figure it out kind of on your own. Sorry. Another one that I really like to use is going to be pretty similar to the one that we just made, but it's a little bit like different. You know, I just want to give you some options, because in case you don't like the first one, you might like the second one more. So you're gonna scroll down to the same eyes that we just used, but the ones that are next to them. Then you're gonna want to find the eyebrows that have eyebrow piercings and pick the ones that are above. And these eyebrows by default are a little bit purple toned, so I recommend, unless you want to keep them that way, I recommend going into the color wheel and changing it to a little bit, you know, more up here, so it's a little bit more, you know, brown toned instead of purple. And then for the lips, same thing. Either I use these ones or I use the newer version of those. However, there's some old lips that are also perfectly fine. I really like to use the ones that are next to those ones, so these, and the ones that are a little bit open. I also really like to use these. And you know, this is like really overwhelming if you just start out making faces, but I really recommend just taking a little bit of time of your day. You know, if you're gonna play dress and press anyways, I really recommend going into free play and just take the time to create some custom faces because it's really gonna help you in the long run. And you know, after a while you might get bored of the same faces, so you can do that again and change up, you know, your basic face. But I really recommend having a basic face that you can, you know, play around with. Same thing for the contour of this one. I really like to use, you know, a lot of brightness in the middle, and this one is actually perfectly shaped for the eyes that I'm using, so I will be picking this one. For the blush, you know, this is, you can use the same one again if you want to, but I'll be using a different one. I'll be using this one, and I think I'll just keep it that way because I really like the subtle pink. And again, either you hate or you love the nose. I love the nose, so I will be adding a nose today. And you can totally stop right here and you have another face option, you know, if you just want to grab a face and have like something to work around. But I really like to use little moles, so I will be using those again. I feel like I'm done here. Now, however, I want to show you some more creative or like more faces with expression. So I will be showing you the face that I had in one of, you've seen it in this video at least. It's this face. We're gonna be recreating it because it has a lot of expression and potential to look pretty good. And now I know you might hate this face and you'll be like, ew, but like keep in mind that most of these faces are like ew until you put hair and an outfit on, because that really does make a difference. So we're gonna need the big eyes that look a little bit to the side, and then you're gonna want the same eyebrows, the really old ones that I picked earlier in this video. And then for the lips, now you might be like, where are those lips? It's not these ones because these ones are ugly. We're actually gonna go into the mask section. So over here where you have the default faces or the presets, you're gonna click on the mask and then you're gonna pick these ones. And I know this was a trend on TikTok, and when I first saw it, I absolutely despised the look of this. But if you just change the color, it can look good, you know? Like, I'm not saying it looks good every time, but it can look good. And then we're gonna go ahead and go into the female section again, and I used this one for this as well. You can use, you know, whatever you want, but I personally use this one. And then we're gonna go into the blush. Actually, let's do skin first because I added vitiligo to this one, and then I just picked one that, you know, looked the way I wanted it to. Then we're gonna go into the nose and we're gonna find a nose that we want. I'll use this one, and then we're gonna go into other again, and we're gonna do the thing that I did with a little, you know, little thing above or on top of the nose, and change up the colors if you want to, if you feel like you need to do that. And then, you know, if you want to, you can add a little bit of moles, whatever, but this is like, you know, a more interesting looking face that maybe doesn't go with every single theme. If you wanted to, you know, it obviously could. You know, you can do whatever you want in this game. It's a dress-up game for kids, whatever, it's not that deep. But I'm gonna add some blush to this one, so I'll add this one and actually that one as well. And maybe now I have facial blindness because I've been looking at this face for too long, because I've been messing up the way that I've been doing this like a million times. Generally, this is what it's supposed to look like, okay? So generally, this should be what your face is gonna look like after you've added some blush and stuff. And I think it looks really cute. You know, obviously this may not go with every single theme, but that's kind of the point of the face. And I actually have a different version of this one, so let's create that real quick. It's quite similar, but it's a bit different. So this one I made for a really fair skin tone, but you're gonna need the same eyes as we used for the last one. Our eyebrows are gonna be a bit different, so we're gonna wanna scroll until you find the really thin ones, these ones. The ones that are under to the right, these are the ones that we're gonna wanna use. And then for the lips, you know, they did add these ones, but I just feel like these don't look good. Like, I don't know what they did. But okay, so basically with this face, what I was trying to achieve, if you're into makeup, you know, Clinique has this almost lipstick thing, the black honey almost lipstick thing. I love that. I love that. I use that all the time. So the look of that is like really sheer lip gloss, almost lipstick type thing. We're gonna want to scroll down until you find these, and then we're gonna, you know, try to find a shade that we like to use. But I feel like some like purple-ish shade works well for this. So this is the black honey color, kinda. You're gonna want to pick anything here that you would like to use. I think I'm gonna go for the same one that I've been using all the time. And then for the blush, I think I used this one, but I think I layered it. So for the blush of this one, we're gonna layer 2 blushes. We're gonna do the under eye blush, and then we're gonna use this one, so we have a lot of cheek color. Do you see like the cherry red? That's what we're going for. Then we're gonna want to pick a nose. I used this nose for this face, but you can use any nose that you want. You know, this one also looks good. And then I added freckles to this one. I usually don't add a lot of freckles. And then for the eyeshadow, you can stop here, but I like to add either this one and make it my skin tone, so it looks a little bit like this, or I like to add this one in white just to brighten up the inner corners a little bit. And here we have also like a really different looking face. You might hate it, you might like it, I really don't care. Okay, now we're gonna go for the same type of look kind of, but a little bit more fashion forward, because we're gonna be doing bleached eyebrows, and I know a lot of people either like bleached eyebrows or a lot of people are really against it because it looks kind of odd, you know, but like it's grown on me. I used to hate bleached eyebrows in the beginning, and now I'm kind of in a bleached eyebrow arc. At least in Dress and Press, I would never do that in real life. I'm scared. We're gonna be using these eyes, and then we're gonna pick any eyebrows that look, you know, kind of white, like these ones or these ones or these ones, because these are the ones that you can change to literally any color that you want. I'm gonna pick these ones, or maybe actually I'll pick these ones, and I'll make them pretty light. I still want to be able to like see the outline of them, because that's kind of how it looks when people, you know, do it. So I don't want to make it the exact same as my skin tone. And then again, we're gonna go into the mask lips, and we're gonna pick a different pair. This time we're gonna pick this one, and I can't really tell if these have a mustache or not. They might, but like we're just gonna ignore it for now, because from far away you can't really see. If you don't like them, you don't have to use them, you know, you can still use these ones or any other ones, but I will be using these ones. And then we're gonna go back to the female section. I'll pick something that has a little bit of contour or something, so I'll pick this one, I think. And then I will pick this eyeshadow, or will I don't know. I want to go for like the really, you know, dewy look, so you know, if you really want to, you can add this, but I don't know, I don't want to go for anything like too dramatic. I want it to be really simple. That's why I like this so much, but it's a little bit too pink, and I can't really make it darker, so we're just not gonna add any eyeshadow. Blush, however, we will add. I want to pick one again that is really light, so I might pick this one because it adds a little bit of, you know, something to the face. And these are the type of faces where I really like to use the thing that I taught you, so layering, you know, this thing on top so you can barely see the nose. And with faces like this, I really love to layer like moles and stuff, because it's so like it's so simple, like it has no harsh contour or anything, it's just there, you know. So I really personally love the look of this. Again, you might hate this, but I feel like, you know, with the right outfit and the right hair combo, it looks really, really good. That was all I had for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you learned something new today. Even if you didn't, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment for some more videos, and Happy New Year, guys. I don't know.